Class 10, Unit 9, Reading 1. Expect the Unexpected. We did a classic Nepal triangle trip of Kathmandu, Chitwan, and Pokhara. I must admit that all have their own charm that very few places can achieve at the same time. Read on, you'll see why I have the nerve to say so. Kathmandu. It is in Kathmandu that the saying, "the first impression is a lasting impression," holds true for me. The city is massive, nestled in a green valley surrounded by enormous mountains. A quick drive from the airport to the town left me with amazement at the red brick houses, people's smiling faces, as well as the roaming cattle and busy traffic. Yes, it's like what you saw in a movie, or that while things are more sophisticated when you are actually there. In Kathmandu, we spotted a riot of colors on the street walls, murals depicting symbols, people, animals, and creative images for up to the stretch of more than a mile. We were told that street art is on the rise, as local and international artists are setting up projects in Nepal to send out messages of man-made beauty. Nepal was never colonized. Before the unification in the 18th century, it was ruled under several kings, who built the three splendid Darbar squares as royal palaces, which are all now monument zones of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the Kathmandu Valley. The one we visited, Batan Darbar Square, is really impressive. The peaceful palace courtyards contain various well-preserved pagodas and stone temples. Our private guide Sitiz did a good job explaining functions of the beautiful wood carving, symbols, and ornaments. With his rich knowledge, the ancient site was brought to life. As we walked through, flocks of pigeons circled above the monuments, making a fascinating picture before us. Perhaps due to the off-season, Darbar squares are not so much touristy sites as where the local watch the time away. We had the chance to interact with a group of college students who were taking a break. What they firmly believe in somewhat blew us. Skill is more important than education in today's Nepal. I was also struck by the fact that the Nepalis see death as an everyday experience when in Pasupatinath Temple, one of the 7 UNESCO World Heritage Monuments. The temple is a place where people bring the dead for outdoor cremation on the Bagmati River. Instead of feeling grisly, I found it rather calm. Most peculiarly, the family didn't mind our being there. We ran into a few families holding memorial ceremony for the deceased, such as making unique offering and shaving the male relative's hair. Pasupatinath is where you encounter genuine sadhus dressed in colorful yellow and orange robes, with ashes and long hair and beard. It is worth taking photographs with them. Besides much history and culture, Kathmandu has earned its name for fantastic nightlife in Tamil, an active hub of life, restaurants, and shops. The area is as safe as anywhere we went to in Nepal. We saw many local people hang out there, so there is no way that you would feel as in a touristy place at all. Chitwan. We explored the wild jungle in Chitwan. Here we got close to numbers of wildlife, including single-horned rhino, a couple of deer, wild boars, monkeys, and countless beautiful birds. Chitwan National Park covers a vast area. Today it offers dozens of jungle activities, such as jeep safari, canoeing, jungle walk, and cycling around the village. We were the only group that did boat ride that afternoon. What a privilege to enjoy the whole tranquil view of the lake and the surroundings. In short, Chitwan is a perfect place for physically active travelers to discover the undisturbed vestiges of wild species. The other perfect one we know is probably in South Africa. Pokhara. Is there any place better than Pokhara in the world? Not in my dictionary anyway. Located around 200 kilometers west of Kathmandu, Pokhara offers an entirely different picture from the populated capital. Clean streets, snow mountains, laid-back atmosphere, and adventure choices. The center of the small city is dominated by the majestically beautiful Phiwa Lake, from where we could get a clear view of the snow-capped mountains of the Annapurna Range. Many lakeside hotels have rooms that you can see the range even from bed. Ask your travel consultant to arrange one. It seems you can't escape Annapurna no matter where you go in Pokhara, but we couldn't get enough. An easy walk up to a hill where the World Peace Pagoda was built atop brought us a gorgeous view of the White Ranges and the entire Pokhara. Simply mind-blowing. In addition to trekking, Pokhara is arguably the world's best paragliding venue, which we don't doubt after a bold try. Soaring with birds with spectacular scenery is something I will never forget. We spent the early morning of the last day in Pokhara at Sarangkot, a village known as the best place to watch the breathtaking sunrise across the Annapurna Himalaya. I could never believe sunrise could be that incredible before I went there. The snow-capped mountains were painted purple-pink to gold, and the whole valley downhill awoke as the sun slowly came out. I almost cried when the departure was due. If possible, I would love to revisit in a heartbeat. Nepal is by no means a place you should avoid because of media hoaxes, and I'm sure the Western visitors we stumbled into on the way will see eye to eye with us.